Good. So, how are you?
Good.
No.
Nice girl.
Fingers
This
inside.
nice date.
Here's your little thing. All right. You okay? Okay. I think you have already met on this case with Alex. So, I don't know that we necessarily need to go through and watch all the videos and stuff because I have a feeling you did that back then. But I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your offense report. The stuff in here about the pellet gun, where did you get that?
What do you mean?
Where did you get that information? About the blowback, what the pressure is and how far it shoots and all that stuff.
Oh, I think I looked it up online.
You looked it up online? Okay. So my concern about that is if you don't have that knowledge in your mind when the defense
I'm a gun addict. I know that the Gammo ones are dangerous. I mean, you get shot in the eye with it, or you get shot in the skin, it's gonna break skin. Get shot in the eye, it's gonna go through.
Have you been shot with it before?
No.
So how would you know that?
Because I'm a firearms instructor, and it's a pellet pistol. It's.
Okay.
I mean.
Here's the deal. I'm not going to beat around the bush. Okay? I know that you and I have had our issues. And I'm trying to help you, even though it may not seem like that.
Okay.
I can teach you some tricks to make your life easier on the stand.
Okay.
Or, if this is going to be a waste of time for everybody, we might as well just stop now.
It's not. I'm telling you what I know about pellet pistol.
Okay. I'm telling you that unless you know a personal knowledge of it's gonna break skin, like you've seen it happen, you've done it to someone else, it's really not supposed to be in your offense report because a defense attorney is gonna, one, it's not really relevant to the case, and two, you're trying to make yourself an expert, but I don't necessarily know that you are an expert in that particular pellet gun.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I mean, I've killed animals with those before, but
Okay.
I mean, if that works. But
Okay. But, so, this is, if you have to look
I
it
get
up
you.
online, it's not necessarily your personal
I was just looking
knowledge.
up online the feet per second rating of it.
Right, but
So-
why is that necessary in a drug case?
Well, it's because that's what got me in to open up the car door.
Right, what is that, how is that relevant to methamphetamines, or whether or not this person had it, or...
Well, that's what gave me the legal right to open up the door, because I knew it was a dangerous weapon.
Right, because it's a pellet gun, so just say it's a dangerous weapon.
Okay.
You don't need to go find
There
new
we go.
information and then put it in your offense report. Does that make sense?
Sure.
Okay. What is the reason that you write offense reports? Do you write it for you? Do you write it for your supervisors? Do you write it for our defense counsel?
Yeah, you write it for me, the supervisors, the prosecutors, everybody.
Okay.
We don't just do offense reports. These are also incident reports. They'll include vehicle tow information, things like that. They cover everything. There's no other space in our system to cover all that stuff.
Okay. So you put all that information down to assist you to remember when you're on the stand? To also assist with what?
I don't know where you're going with this.
Okay. The first paragraph of your offense report.
Yep. I took I'll have to get you the name of the company. Patrol, Narcotics, whatever. I'll have to look at my tickle. Me and Cantu had just come out of a 2-day class on patrol, narcotics interdiction, and knock and talk investigations. Boston Byron, a senior narcotics detective, Dallas PD, hosted the class, and he told us exactly to do this. So,
To put that in the top?
yes, he said your first paragraph on a narcotics case, he said who's a victim in a burglary. Victim who's a victim in a, in an assault, who's a victim, who's a witness, who's a whatever. You make a traffic stop, and it's you and one suspect. State's a victim, you're the witness. Then he said that's the time to give your qualifications.
Okay.
That was in Can2 sat right next to me, so I think I have the book in the car.
Okay. I think that's bad advice.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. Because based upon my knowledge as a prosecutor and every time I've sat into a trial, which is over 70 trials now, defense counsel, everyone typically says an offense report is to help you on the stand. So you put information in your offense report so you can testify clearly. So it sounds like you're bolstering yourself.
That's exactly what he said. He used the term, this is the first paragraph is your term to bolster yourself and to show the defense attorney that you're not the officer to fuck with.
Again, I think that's bad advice because if I was a defense attorney, I would ask you, how long have you been on the how long have you been a licensed police officer?
You want me to answer that?
Yeah.
7 years.
7 years? Okay. You had to put that in your offense report to remember that?
No.
You see what I'm saying? The more information you put in here, the more information the defense attorney has to use against you.
Okay. 10-4.
Also, too, because you put so much information in here, it's hard to read through it to piece out the stuff that will help you remember.
Okay.
What was the name that the person in the trunk gave you?
Robert Ship.
Who was Doug Toller?
The grandfather or uncle or whichever guy that lives there.
All right. So, did you take the photographs?
How did page 7 and 8 get on there? It looks like my probably arrest report.
I don't know. These are the pictures, but I don't know who took them because they're not in anybody's offense report as to who took them.
Do you have access? You don't have access to PTS, do you?
I don't
I'm good at this.
know. I just need to know who
we-
to authenticate them through.
Well, I'd have to check with PTS, but when we import pictures into PTS, it saves the date, time, and officer ID number.
Okay.
Then enter them, and that's the officer who took them.
Okay.
I tell you, I took that. Those are my gloves. Those aren't issued gloves.
You took this one?
Yeah, because those are my hands.
Okay. If you took this one, is it likely you took the rest of them?
Very important, like that.
Okay. Awesome. Wait. In some time I can sort of show you them on the stand. You can identify them for me. And we're going to need your wife's cell phone number because you've made her a witness.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
She has to be a witness. She's there. She knows.
All right. What's her cell number?
Actually, she'll be at Nueces County District Courthouse. You can contact her.
Oh, that's right. She's a court reporter.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. So, tell me exactly what you remember happening.
We were going up northbound business, or I'm sorry, 2165, and came up to bypass 35, and there's a car parked at the off-ramp, northbound off-ramp, Pearl or 2165.
Okay.
The driver was out messing around with the trunk. The trunk kept opening, closing.
How many times?
At least two.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly. He took off, took a left, going 2165. I was running a registration check, and then he turns into 1781, and used a signal for 100 feet, let him up, and he started going all the way to the trailer park before he stopped.
Okay. And Trout was driving.
Mm-hmm.
Did he give you his real name, or did he have a driver's license or anything?
No, he had an ID, but he gave me his real name.
Okay. And then who found Poole in the trunk?
We all found him. We opened up the trunk. All three of us were there.
All three of you were there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then he gave you the name of, whatchamacallit?
Robert Wesley Shipp.
Okay.
But he's not. I know Robert Shipp very well.
Okay. And that was it. That was in your offense report. And there was a heroin that was found and methamphetamine?
2 different times. The heroin was found on scene in the moon roof, along with $675 cash, which Trout claimed.
Okay. Did you find the heroin, or did somebody else?
I did.
You did? Okay. What about the meth? That was after the search warrant, right? And you guys
Meth and heroin
box?
was in the box in the search warrant.
Okay. And you were the one that opened it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we'll have to get the drugs in through you as far as the methamphetamine, because I think that's the only thing the lab tested. I don't think they tested the heroin. Yeah. You'll see on the lab report, they just tested the methamphetamine.
Okay.
They didn't test the other one. And that's basically DPS policy, that they test whatever there is the most of, and we can get the highest charge out of.
Mm-hmm.
Have you, we did drug evidence with the Ferguson case, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you remember how we walked and talked the evidence through?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then if you remember that, we don't have to go through that again. But with the evidence envelope, I'll mark it. Have you open it, we'll mark the baggies as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because I think Jerry said he's going to check out the drugs to you and have you bring them over.
Okay.
So we don't have to call Stephanie or Jerry to prove up the drugs.
Okay.
Does that work?
Yep.
Okay. Then I don't have any other questions for you, but the last thing I want to say, Chad, is I don't have any personal vendetta against you.
Okay.
I'd like you to look me in the eye, please.
Yeah, I'm just checking this report.
Okay. I am trying to help you.
I understand.
And we have other agencies that call us and ask us about officers
Mm-hmm.
when they put in their applications.
Mm-hmm.
With Asperus, I was able to say he's great.
Mm-hmm.
He takes direction well. He asks for extra materials to learn on DWIs. I'd like to say those things about you.
Okay.
So as far as the defendant's personal criminal history, you can't talk about that on the stand.
I know. And Alex apologized to me last time for the way he asked the question in front of a witness, and it was not me trying to.
I'm not saying it was. I wasn't in
I
there.
exactly said that on that email. I said that verbatim. That I kept trying.
That was the information that was given to me. I've requested the transcripts. I'll know. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And if I was wrong, I will apologize to you and to your superiors.
Yep.
Okay? But I have to trust that you're going to take direction from myself when you're on the stand.
Do you want to talk about the email? Is that what we're getting into?
No.
Okay.
I want your assurance that I can trust you when you're on the stand.
Well, what's your direction?
That you cannot talk about the defendant's criminal history on the stand. Any prior encounters that you've had with either one of these people
I don't.
can't come out on the stand.
Okay.
Okay. Now, if there's something you want to talk about, I'm free to hear what you have to say.
That's probably best dealt with the chief of police and my entire chain of command and her here as well.
Okay, no problem. Then you're free to go.
All right.
You're done?
Yeah.
That was perfect.